Well, we continue the Sunny Coast theme for tonight, Trace, and we're catching up with an artist. His name's David Willersdorf from the Sunshine Coast, and he's got a brand new album out, and he joins us now. David, thanks for joining us. This isn't your first album.
No, I've done a few albums over the years. I guess this is the second of my soul and blues, or what I'd call my vintage singer-songwriter albums. And prior to that, I was releasing some old-school gospel albums.
Now, people mightn't know the name David Willersdorf, but they'll certainly know the name Rick Price. And you teamed up with Rick to put this together, and he was producing. Not first time for that either.
I've always been a fan of his music. I've really enjoyed his songwriting. Obviously, he's got an amazing voice and he's a great artist. But to be able to work with him on 2 albums now has been really a dream come true from a songwriting perspective, let alone just to be in the same room as him.
So how did the association come about between you and Rick?
I was a name on one of his databases, I think, when he was announcing. I think he was doing his Tennessee Sky album, and he was announcing that the album was about to come out. And so I received a message along with, I'm sure, many thousands of others. And at the time, I've been writing these songs, these kind of love songs and things, and I was thinking, what will I do with these songs? And then there's bing in my inbox is an announcement from Rick, and I was thinking, my dream would be to really work with Rick on something. So I sent a cheeky email off to Rick, not expecting any reply at all, and instead, within 5 minutes, he had sent me a reply. I'd asked him if he was interested in producing, and so he asked for some songs and kept sending him songs. And about 40 minutes after my first email, he said, "I love these songs. How about we record where I'm living now in Nashville?" It was incredible.
Unless you ask, you never know, do you?
Oh, well, yeah, and a lot of things, of course, they don't come off, but sometimes you got to just keep exploring possibilities and not settling down into the rut sometimes we get into.
The new album is going to be out this Friday, the 7th of September. It's called Outside the Inside, and the single you've got at the moment is Outside Yourself. So tell us a little bit about the single and the album.
Well, I obviously like the word outside. I seem to use it in everything now. I guess the single is Outside Yourself. Single is really it's about not getting caught up in our own lives, but it's kind of like an upbeat, kind of happy song about being kind, showing kindness to other people, and through showing kindness and paying things forward, oftentimes we find ourselves connected and in a community of people, and so it's really cool to get outside ourselves. And so the album, which is called Outside the Inside, of which Outside Yourself is the first single, I guess those songs kind of explore a little bit of a spectrum of how to get through tough times. Kind of there's some quirky songs on there too, and it's really, I guess, about the contrast, I guess, between the internal dialogue we so often have in our brains and reaching beyond that to other people and through kindness and gratitude and a few things that help get us out of the world that we can sometimes get caught up in.
Well, if you've just come back inside from being outside and you've caught up with David Willersdorf and you want to know how to stay connected, you can do it through all the social media outlets. Find out how that you can get hold of his music and his back catalogue there as well. There'll be something for everyone. And
David, you are on the Sunshine Coast, so if we are on the Sunshine Coast, where can we come to see you?
Well, I've just had a show a little while ago, but where I had a 9-piece band, which was great.
Wow.
So I enjoyed that so much that we're actually we're going to be doing. I'm setting out on a 3-month tour of Australia, and I'm sneaking in a tour date at the end of the tour on the 30th of November. We're just finding out the venue now, so we'll announce that sometime soon.
As Darren said, stick onto all David's social media and you'll be able to find out exactly where he is. David, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm sure we'll have you back on again. Maybe next time we are right here on the sunny coast. Maybe you can join us in the studio next time.
Oh, I'd love that. I really would. And thanks so much for supporting original musicians like myself.
Oh, anytime. We do it all the time. That's what we love to do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is David Willersdorf, Outside Yourself.
No man's an island to himself. You gotta live for something else. Oh, you gotta live outside yourself, outside